the program Improve Seeds on your first agricultural television in the capital city of Abuja. I am Hilda Homsen Francois. The National Association of Seed Council, in collaboration with Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria (Arcn), conveyed the National Seeds Councils of Nigeria and all stakeholders surrounding seeds to their auditorium with the theme Quality Improved Seeds for Food and Nutritional Security. This is a call that all hands must be on deck to see that they provide food for Nigeria, because that is the fourth stage of food security. If we don't get it right, of course, we'll get it wrong. Arcn Television. I'll be right back, where we take you right to the venue of the event. Stay tuned. The National Agricultural Seeds Council, in collaboration with the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, have deliberated on the need to have quality improved seeds for food and nutrition security. The two bodies have great stakeholders in the world of seeds, with the aim of eradicating hunger in the country. In his welcome address, Mr. Zidafomo, Director of Seed Coordination and Management Services, highlighted the need and importance of having the meeting. He said it's planning for better plants, food and preferred solutions to the challenges, and making seeds available to farmers. Despite not having the meetings for a while, he said experts have now gathered to provide solutions where it's needed. Goodwill messages were received from parastatals and agencies within agriculture, and they stressed that all hands must be on deck.
I'm very curious to see the suggestions that will emanate from this workshop, as well as the action plan to jumpstart a renewed hope in the Nigerian seed system. In conclusion, I wish to inform this gathering that our mission to transform the Nigerian seed system into a leading seeds industry in sub-Saharan Africa is yielding desired results. Today, Nasc is a member of various international organizations, such as UPOP, OECD, and NISTA. Our thoughts is not only for local production, but we are looking at also exporting. Nigeria should not be a dumping ground for everybody. The details of this will be unveiled to you by the Minister of the Senior Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, hopefully by Friday when we will have completed. He's going to address it. We want to urge him to address the press and tell the world where we are in the international forum too. While I know he's battling with the ensuring that the food security of the country is on ground, he's also looking forward to ensure that even after we have met our food security, we can also export both seed and also food. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me especially thank the Executive Secretary for collaboratively organizing this workshop with Nasc. We indeed appreciate you all for all the given support.
The Acting Director General, National Agricultural Seeds Council, and NAPDA all stated that Nigeria is dependent on this meeting because the situation we are facing calls for emergencies in this field. We produce what is being brought to the table, and if we don't get it right, we get it wrong. And the era of sole programming is over. We need to wake up. If we get this right, Africa will be safe. Let's hear them.
This meeting is so dear to our heart in the nation. As the nation is growing in population, the land is shrinking in terms of size because of one reason or another, maybe insecurity, maybe the other reasons that are very many in the country. And quality improved seed is really needed to feed our nation. Quality improved seed is very needed for farmers to use to produce grains that are dearly required by our teeming population, by industries, and even for export. I happen to come from Kano. I know how a lot of international organizations are hovering around looking for grains, very many millet, cowpea, soybean, maize, and many more for export. And many of our neighboring countries also rely on Nigeria now to feed their countries. And the renewed hope agenda of this government also centralized in producing food for the nation, nutritional security for the nation. So there is no other time to have a meeting like this better than this time around. That's why I leave everything that I'm doing to come and attend, to make a contribution, and to see where NAFDA can come in and where NAFDA can get its own researchers to kickstart action so that we produce quality seed for our farmers. I know recently you've heard what NAFDA has done with other research institutions, with collaboration with other international organizations, and with this teaming group of researchers, telomerase was released. And this telomerase is very, very vital in terms of food and nutrition security. And for here also, I would like to hear many of the contributions that you wanted us to go into to make sure that we challenge our researchers to produce more of what you people desired and what we can bring to the table of farmers so that they can produce more for food and nutrition security. I would like to thank the organizers for this very gigantic effort, and I would like to identify with you people, and I'm with you whatever you have decided to make sure that we have bring research product that will enhance food and nutrition security in our nation.
Mrs. Adonsaya spoke on behalf of the National Growth Scheme under the National Agricultural Scheme, an ICT program. Representing the GG, I.A. Buba, the National Agricultural Scheme is aimed to make African banks facilitate and finance agricultural production in the face of conflict, climate change, prices of food, among others. And the agency says it's ready to work with all the state bodies in accordance with their policies and deliver it at the right time to enhance the hope we are looking for.
Which is an ICT-driven program to see that quality inputs in terms of seed, fertilizer, agrochemical are delivered to farmers, that is registered farmers, and this is done to ensure that we got food on our table. And not ordinary food, we got quality food, nutritional food that touches especially the growth of our children. Because when children do not eat quality food, it affects their growth, it affects in inputs, high rise in prices of food, which make food not to be available, not to be accessible, and therefore not to be affordable. And so people tend to eat whatever they get to eat, but not nutritional food. And so therefore this program is a program that comes at the very best time like this, where we can discuss and plan ahead, and to ensure, and using this opportunity to call on all the seed companies, please comply to the guidelines given in terms of quality. And the seed should be delivered as at when due, so that we get these things right, so that we do it right, and in line with the President and transformation agenda or hope, so that we give hope to the nearest future. Because tomorrow you and I will be more responsible for whatever happened to this nation, Nigeria.
Representing Lucia's Bioscience from Canada, Jessica Bless Iwaluka also gave in her goodwill message, where she is proposing addressing food deficiency and crop yields, and is working hand in hand with the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, and of course with Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria.
I've collaborated with the Agricultural Research Council and Environmental Research Council of Nigeria as well. So I'm a director of special projects at the Ministry of Biosciences, an ag-tech, biotech company that provides sustainable solutions and accelerates decarbonization in solutions as well. So what we do is we provide micronutrients, fertilizers, and seed coating treatments to trees and plants as well. So in accordance to the seed planning meeting and also improving on the quality of seed and food and drink, what we're proposing is to address the food deficiency and the food shortage in Nigeria by increasing the crop input. So what our technology does is increase crop yield and then address the circular economy and also address the soil efficiency in the company. So we've made strategic collaborations with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, but also made strategic collaboration with NPZ as well, to just make sure that we are addressing all of the issues currently in Nigeria. So we're also making all strategic collaborations with setting up a manufacturing plant here in Nigeria so that we can actually develop micronutrient fertilizers to make sure we're addressing the food shortage, and also address the decarbonization, carbon mitigation strategy to address the GHG emissions in Nigeria by reducing it by 40%. So I'm going to cut it short because I don't have a detailed discussion today with some of the strategic partnerships that we have here in Nigeria. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me here today.
Representatives of NAPFON, MBMA, NARIS, SIDAN, Arcn all gave in their various goodwill messages, pledging that improved seeds are essential in the value chain and add to ensuring food security, because seeds are the starting point and everyone should be ready to make efforts to get this right, because provision of improved seeds is low in the country, faced by climate change, insecurity, among other problems. There is the need, therefore, to work out solutions, and this is the interest of the whole country. Let's listen to them.
I must commend Arcn and Nasc for the commendable efforts they have been putting together since the coming of this administration. You will all agree with me that agriculture is in the limelight in this country. Hardly will there be any national news without mentioning agriculture. And Mr. President has already declared a state of emergency in that area. All hands are on deck towards ensuring not only a food secured Nigeria, but nutritionally secured Nigeria. And I must, at this juncture, just a little, not too much lecture, commend my colleagues in the NARIS for the wonderful jobs that they have been doing. All the research institutes, I'm not going to list them, but at least I can assure you that for every food product we eat in Nigeria, more than 80% of it is developed by our own agricultural research institutes. Today, for example, my institute, IAR, is over 100 years old. And in the last century, we have successfully developed and released more than 200 varieties of different crops, ranging from maize, sorghum, cowpea, groundnut, and in the past, including tomato, onion, and Irish potato, wheat, barley, and millet. So the same thing is happening in almost all the research institutes. We are doing very well. The DG NAFDA alluded to the recently released Telamase, which was the handiwork of the Institute for Agricultural Research among the universities area. 4 varieties were released. And permit me to say with pride, as a country, we lead in this area of science and innovation. The PPR cowpea is the only cowpea, transgenic cowpea, available all over the world. And it was first released in Nigeria, developed and released by all scientists. So we are doing very well. So thank you very much for this opportunity. We look forward for insightful discussion as we advance the country to next level. As I said, it's not only about food security, please. Even in nutrition security, our partner from Canada is going to meet with some of us talking about how we can get micronutrients into our seeds. I'm very happy to tell you that this is an area that in Nigeria you've conducted research in the last 10 years. We have varieties of maize, sorghum, cassava that have been fortified by micronutrients.
This effort-making event aimed at revitalizing seed industry and food research in Nigeria. Seed planning is important for improving access to improved quality seeds and essential for quality assurance in crop value chains. I'm therefore glad to be at this event and strongly believe that our gathering will be a fruitful one. It is commendable that this event is coming after the declaration of the state of emergency of the national food security by His Excellency the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCOI. Today's activity is one of the entries of such a venture and as a visa to the bedrock upon which to anchor the transformation of food security. This is a vision which was envisioned by this administration. Seed is the starting point for meaningful agricultural development. No investment, I repeat, no investment is too much on the seeds, and every effort must be done to nurture and provide high quality seeds to farmers in this country. The use of improved seeds in Nigeria is very low, less than 20% relative to countries, especially in the East and Southern Africa, which require the seed companies will also work. So today's event is an event that will flag off the supply of unregistered seeds. Researchers will work, and of course the seed companies will equally work, and all for the interest of this country, for the interest of farmers and the development of agriculture in this country. So like I said, I congratulate the DG Nasc, the research institutes, all the NARIs. Let's work together, please. Let's join hands and make this country work. Let's work for the interest of farmers. Let's work for the interest of the country. Nigeria will be our 300 million people in the very near future, with all the West African countries on us. So agriculture must work. And is working from here. So this plan is a takeoff, and I hope Almighty Allah will help us to succeed.
Also to congratulate National Agricultural Seed Council, this administration by Nigeria being accredited one of the seed producing nation. As is mentioned that we can be able to export seeds from Nigeria, being that I've been accredited for that one. So it's a good development as far as seeds development is concerned. My second advice is that to get synergy between research institutes and National Assembly. Why I mention National Assembly by funding the research institutes as well as National Agricultural Seed Council for their activities nationwide. As this money is concerned, saying that money is everything. You can plan and then the execution to be another issue all over. Again, I'm very glad to observe that this poster, seed development, is a challenge to seed company to see how we can produce for our nomadic people and domestic for this, because this initiative is a welcome development. It might put three things. There are so many conflicts between farmers and the herders. This initiative can save Nigeria a lot of money.
Because it gladdens the heart of NBMA, who are regulators, to see that the effort of research, which NBMA has monitored right from the beginning to the finalization of the research, to be able to give them the permit. If NBMA did not give the permit, we would not be here discussing about how to get more seeds. And this helps us. It's a synergy. It's like a chain. It's a value chain that is happening in agriculture in this nation. And each one of us here present are stakeholders. And with the support of NBMA and with the hard work of our scientists, and I have a scientific background, I'm a researcher, and it gives me so much joy to see science being used in the nation, that our scientists are the ones preparing and giving out the research to bring about food security. So this program, I as a person and NBMA, we are greatly in support of it, because that is how we can impact this nation and bring about food security in Nigeria.
Dr. Danju Makeda, representing the Executive Secretary, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Professor Garba Hamidu Shaributu, expressed excitement and said everyone is responsible for food security and all hands must be on deck. He finally granted the meeting open and wished all a peaceful and a successful deliberation.
This meeting couldn't have come at a better time than now, when the president has declared emergency in food security, and the honors of ensuring food security in Nigeria lies on all of us who are stakeholders, all of us in this gathering, in this meeting, because we are key stakeholders. So we are responsible for that. Then seed, as we know, is the foundation for all fundamental means of reproduction in both plants and animals, and therefore it is critical in survival and preservation of life. I am confident that this meeting will address issues on seeds and agricultural production in general, because every key player in the agricultural sector must put hands on deck to steer our great nation, Nigeria, out of the critical situation we found ourselves. Then we must also step up our researches to ensure that farmers get viable seeds and technologies to improve yields, and also seeds that are climate smart. We should also, I want to also inform you that the Reform Arcn Act now has mandated the research institutes to establish what we call spin-off companies in a PPP partnership with public and private, so that we'll have commercial prioritization of all these seeds. And this is an avenue also for our seed companies and other stakeholders that want to key into this project, so that we make sure that seeds are available to the farmers. Because commercial production is one of the limiting factors in accessibility of seeds in Nigeria. So let's please use this window to see how we can improve on our seeds availability. This is just like an information. I want to mention that here in Arcn, we have established a radio and TV station, for dissemination of information. So all of us, we are stakeholders in agriculture. So we can patronize this project that we have, this established radio and TV station. If you have any product that maybe you want to disseminate to the farmers, to the people, even the farmers can come, and air their problems, so that we take it to the research institutes, so that they will work on it. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming, and also for the time, you have spent with us. And by the powers given to the ES to declare this meeting open, I want to use that power now to say that the meeting is declared open.
This is how we wrap it on the program Improve Seeds on your first agricultural television. I am Hilda Homsel Fantom. The need to have quality improved seeds for food and nutritional security is everyone's call. You don't need to sit and fold your hands. Rather, all hands must be on deck to see that we eradicate this. If we save Nigeria today, we save Africa and of course the world. You heard it from all the stakeholders, and this is the only place you get more of this, only on Arcn television. Keep watching our programs and see you next time. Hilda Homsel Fantom saying, take good care of yourself. Bye.